Welcome aboard and welcome back on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host once again. In a video you will only see my hands and the superstar that you see on your screen.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
The superstar is called Breguet Marine Equation Marchante or running equation. It's the reference 5887, and this is not a new watch, but it is a line extension Breguet presents in the year 2020. And for those of you who are watching our channel for a longer time and going through our videos on a regular basis, you of course recognize the watch because last year in January 2019, I've been at the Breguet headquarters in Switzerland together with Vice President and Head of Technical Operation Nakis Karapatis, and he was so nice to run me through and give me some incredible insights about this reference 5887, the Marine Equation Marchante. So in case you have not seen the video yet, please do watch it, it's worth. This watch, as I just said, is a line extension. Now it is a rose gold case coming. The watch is 43.9 millimeters in diameter. The height of the case, as we see it here, is 11.75 millimeters. The watch is waterproof for 100 meters, and the so-called lug-to-lug distance I always measure is 49 millimeters. So it's a rose gold case, this time as a line extension. So what you have with the reference 5887 of Breguet is a perpetual calendar, a tourbillon, and a so-called running equation, and the running equation allowing the simultaneous indication of the civil time and the true solar time by means of two separate minute hands that you can see clearly here. This is 1 minute hand, and this is the other minute hand, and this is the hour hand. So let me quickly run you through what you see on the dial of this technical marvel. Indicated, yes, now it's perfect. Indicated here Tuesday, because today is Tuesday. May, then the 26th, you have a scale from 1 to 31. It's a retrograde indication, so once the hand will arrive at the position here, it will jump back to its initial at 1 and indicate you the correct date. So it's the 26th today. And if you look closely, you can probably see that right of May there is another tiny little window, and in that window we see an L like Lima or leap year. Of course, the year 2020 is a leap year. So when you are adjusting the watch through the various push pieces, we have one here, there's another one here, and there are two here. There's here, and these push pieces are there to adjust the watch. You need a special tool. Yeah, there we go. And then you press on these push pieces and you are adjusting the watch. And of course, even if the watch is an automatic watch and the watch has a power reserve of 80 hours, it has also a power reserve indication, and I have not been winding the watch fully before starting the video. You see here, there's a little black dot in the dial and then opening, and you see it's now, if we look closely, let's say in the middle, and I will now continue to wind, and you may follow that the little dot now is approaching the 8. You can see it now, it's approaching the 8. And when I continue to wind, now it's passing the 8 on the dial and now reaching almost maximum. So it's fully wound, and now it has arrived at the end of that indication, and now the watch would run 80 hours of power reserve. And on top of the tourbillon cage, we can see a sapphire crystal. And on a sapphire crystal, there is a cam. And from the cam, the information is taken by a little pin, a little finger that gives the information to the second minute hand of the watch to tell you the deviation of the standardized 24-hour time we have on our watches and the real solid time. So quickly, listen in.
So the basic principle is first to look at the sun every day at noon, look at where it is positioned compared to exact noon position. But you need to have an exact noon time also. Anyway, so if you have these positions of the sun, you're going to have a figure that is called an analemma figures that looks almost like an 8 number.
So you would get to that figure, what you have to do is you take a camera, you position the camera for 365 days, and every time, the same time, let's say around noon, you take one photograph. And end of the year, you would see kind of an 8 in the sky.
Exactly.
And this is that performance of the Earth rotating and in itself, how you say that in English?
Tilted.
Tilted, yeah.
Tilted axis of the Earth and the elliptical orbit of the Earth. And taking this information, it is encoded and put on a cam that is here on this demonstrator system, and the cam is being read by a small probe that gives the information to the rest of the movement. And so there is a differential gearing system that is going to drive the solar hand together with the standard time, with the standard hand, but with a slight difference depending on which period of the year. As you said, today we have about 5 minutes of difference. On the 11th of February, I think we will have the maximum difference, which will be 14 minutes. And somewhere in November, we will have the minimum difference, which will be 16 minutes or so. And there are 4 dates in the year that have a 0 difference. One of them, it's the one I always remember, is the 25th of December.
Yes.
This one is easy.
Christmas. Thank you once again, Nakis, for your technical explanations. Now let me show you the butterfly clasp of the watch. You have 2 little push pieces where you push on, and then you just have to pull out the leather strap, and then you can see one side opening and the second side. There we go. There you have it. And if you want to adjust the length, you have to pull it out here. You can see, and if you pull it in to the strap again, then you can adjust the length. Now, let me take it out for you, and so we can have a closer look. I will close the butterfly clasp here. It is closed, but it gives me now the chance to show you the really beautiful engraved movement of the Breguet 5887. You can see the rotor now. You see the rotor here. Yeah, if I turn, you can see it is a peripheral rotor. The rotor is from here to here. This is the rotor of the watch. It's peripheral, so it is not covering parts of the movement. And you see, if I turn the watch, yeah, you can see it operating. And of course, the purpose of doing this was to enable a perfect view on the watch and, of course, on the beautiful engraving of the movement. And what you see is on the back of the watch, the bridges have been chased to depict in a meticulous detail of the Royal Louis. That's the ship of the king, a first-rank vessel in the French Royal Navy. And if you are looking closely, you will also see that you see the flag with the Lille on, and this would indicate that here you can see it in this part of the picture. I hope this is, you can see a flag waving, and this would indicate, or would have indicated in the time being, that the king is on board of the ship. So all this is so-called guillochage, a traditional handcraft engine turning as they call it. And all these waves, also you see on the front dial here, these waves are engine turn, guillochage. And we just quickly have a look once again. Last year we had the chance to visit the headquarters of Breguet. And probably you will also see me in the picture sitting on one of the engine turning, or the guillochage machines. You see, it's really pure handcraft. Everything is done by hand, and also the engravings on the backside. Let me please also refer to the video from last year quickly, and let us together have a look on some of the engraving works done by the artisans of Breguet. Now, we've been talking a lot about decoration, about the equation of time, but of course the watch also has to feature a tourbillon, since Abraham Louis Breguet was the one who invented the tourbillon. Let us now also quickly go back to the video I taped with Nakis and let him quickly give you some details about the tourbillon. Please, Nakis.
The tourbillon is the time base of this complicated computer watch, if you like you called it before. So we wanted to have a very precise one. It is very precise, and the tourbillon helps in being precise. Also very interesting is the fact that the tourbillon is here. Of course, you see it with the barrette, as we call it. But on top of the tourbillon, you have this element. So the equation of time cam is mounted on a sapphire glass on top of the tourbillon. So you have a very, very important invention of Abraham Louis Breguet, which is the tourbillon, invented patented in 1801, and which is the name of tourbillon comes from the motion of the planets around the sun. So it's related to astronomical things, just like the equation of time. So putting the equation of time cam on top of the tourbillon for us was a very important tribute also to what Abraham Louis Breguet did.
By using a sapphire crystal disc,
absolutely,
it's completely see-through.
Exactly, and you see the tourbillon, you see the balance
rotating
wheel, you see the escape wheel, which is very fine also. And if you turn it back, of course, you discover the
big cinema for the wrist. So let me quickly show you once again the functioning of the Equation Marchante. I want to pull out the crown. Yeah, there it is. With gloves, it's not so easy. And let me just go back once again and show you that today there is a difference. So we can see it clearly now. So we have been approaching, of course, we have a summertime, so noon is real noon is at 1 o'clock, and we will definitively see that there is a difference in between the indicated standardized 24-hour time and the real solar time. And you see here when the hands are moving. And this will change, of course, from day to day. There will be a difference. The maximum is -16 and +14 minutes, as we just heard from Nakis. So let me also show you what happens if the day changes. So what happens on the dial of the Equation Marchante of Breguet when you are approaching midnight, and how the change on the dial takes place of the hand indicating the date, and of course the little window at 11 o'clock showing Tuesday. We can see Tuesday, and we can see the hand. The date scale is indicating the 26th, and now I'm continuing with we are at 11 o'clock, and now you see already Tuesday is moving out of its window, and the same happens with the hand that is now moving towards the 27th, and exactly at midnight, really exactly at midnight, we had the date change and also the change of the weekday in its window at 11 o'clock. So really midnight precise, the watch shows the next day and the next date. This is how the reference 5887 of Breguet looks on my wrist. I have a 17 centimeter wrist. The watch is, as I mentioned before, 43.9 millimeters in diameter and 11.75 millimeters the height of the watch. And the lug-to-lug distance is 49 millimeters. So very elegant look, I have to say. Even if I don't have the biggest wrist, the watch fits perfectly, looks good on it. And I do not have the impression that I'm wearing a really huge watch. That's due to the fact that it's pretty thin, and the way they did it, and the way also they have been conceiving the lugs and how they bring the strap on your wrist. I want to add a little information on to the video. If you have any questions, particular questions, or maybe you are interested in such a watch, and I don't know where you are watching the video and you are asking yourself, where can I ever see the watch in real? Where is a boutique or an authorized dealer giving me the opportunity to get my hands on this watch? Or maybe you're interested even in buying it, please shoot me an email, alexander@watchadvisor.com, and I will do the necessary with my good relations I have to Breguet, that you will get the information you need to be able to get hands on the watch, and even if you want, I will help you to get the correct information where you can buy the watch. So be sure this is not a watch that will be delivered in big quantities. It's of course not a limited edition. How could it? It is limited due to production, and such marbles ranks among the most perfect handcraft demonstration of Swiss or watchmaking handcraft, and this watch ranks among the most beautifully ones of that genre. So it is really a marvel and a watch you rarely see. So have once again a nice and a close look to it. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you again, Nakis Karapatis, Vice President Breguet, who was so kind to show me the watch in detail last year in January, and parts of the video you saw are taken from the video. So in case you have not seen it yet, please do watch it. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more, and of course, don't forget to tell others about our channel and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye bye from now, and all the best. Stay safe and sound.